taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance.
Start your day the joyful way. It's your weekday morning talk show inviting you to start your day with a triple shot of good vibes. And now here's your host, the queen of joy herself, Jessica Dugas. Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Happy hump day. It is September 14th, 2022. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. Super excited to be here with you today. And I have a special guest this morning that I'm really excited about as well. And I was saying before we came on, I said, I think this is going to be a little spicy. It's going to be a little spicy, but sometimes you need a little spice on your in your morning to wake you up a little bit is what you need to do. I like to put a little cinnamon in my coffee for a little spice. And so I've got some spice coming to you this morning. Angelic Jackson is here this morning from Divine DNA. I'm not going to do the A and the D and all of that this morning because we get into trouble. So we're just going to leave it at that. And she's joining me this morning because we both do the delivery thing as part of our entrepreneurial lifestyle, and we both I'm sure have challenges and fun and stories and some joy, but also maybe some tips for you people out there. I know I do, because sometimes things need to be said. So we're going to talk about that coming up this morning. If you're joining us live or on the replay, I'd love for you to comment down below, say hello, let us know where you're joining from, and of course, what is bringing you joy today. We have some national days to talk about today. You know, sometimes the national days get a little hairy. I mean, we go from talking about like, it's National Eat Donuts Day, but it's also National Blood Pressure Day. I don't think it's good to put those things together. But today is looking good. I just want to say that. So we have a few food things going on. Let me know if you guys like to partake in any of these. It is National Cream-Filled Donut Day. Cream-Filled Donut Day. I love any kind of donuts, but I love cream-filled donuts. I like Boston cream specifically with the cream inside and the chocolate on the, ooh, now I'm going to get hungry. Cream-filled donut day is what it is. It is also National Eat a Hoagie Day, but we have talked about this on this show before. I want to know what you call the long sandwich. That's all I'm going to call it, the long sandwich. We have subs, we have hoagies, we have po' boys. Here in New England, we call them grinders. And if you look up the history of that word, of where the grinder sandwich came from, it came from this area, came from EB. It was this whole thing. I'll go down that rabbit hole one day, but go look it up. It's an interesting story to hear about that. But it's eat a hoagie day, whatever you call it. Eat a long sandwich that's filled with things. That's what you're supposed to do today. That does sound terribly good in this moment. I'll eat the donut, then I'll eat the hoagie. It is also apparently National Live Creative Day. Live Creative Day. I love that. Um, it encourages us to let the world see our creativity all day long. To live creative allows for the exploration of imagination. Celebrate the day by taking the time to invent, discover, and dream. Try infusing creativity in our lives through a variety of media, whether it's by painting or graphic art to music and gardening. Art has an impact in our lives. By expressing our passions and living creative lives, we experience the world. So I love that. Let me know. Do you consider yourself to be creative? If you don't, there is a book that I recommend called Blow the Lid Off by Robert Bell. Robert Bell is from Kenya. He is it works in the financial world, but he considers himself creative. And he really encourages everybody to look at themselves as creative, because we have to get out of our mind what creativity actually we think it's supposed to look like. So definitely recommend that book, Blow the Lid Off by Robert Bell. Check that out if you do not consider yourself to be creative. Here's another one that I know my guests could probably get behind. I know there's a lot of tired folks out there. Okay, it's National Parents Day Off Day. Apparently it's our day off. I don't know how that's going to work out. How the children's will do, but it is National Parents Day Off Day. It brings an opportunity for parents to recharge and get some much deserved recognition. Parents are the organizers, cheerleaders, teachers, and directors of the family. They wear so many hats and rarely have a moment for themselves, yet they are dedicated to raising successful, well-adjusted children. Once school starts, parents have a window of time to take a breather. And I don't know that that's true. So first of all, it's not really true for me because I homeschool. So I'm here all the time. But the other thing is that even when my kids were in public school, there wasn't time off. I don't know what these people are talking about. I was doing stuff all the time, and then I was home worried about my kids at school. So there, for me, I mean, it's kind of it's fun, but it does remind us to make sure we take that self-care time, parents, and take care of ourselves and go out every once in a while. Try to not worry so much and work so much and everything else. Take a day off, parents. It is also National Virginia Day. If anybody's joining us from Virginia today, happy Virginia Day to you. I hope you find a way to celebrate. And finally, it is National Sober Day. I love this. It encourages us to celebrate sober life and bring awareness to addiction. The entire day focuses on showing support for anyone living in sobriety. Not only that, but the observance sets a standard for the whole world that being sober is okay. Show your friends and family on the road to recovery by spending the day sober as well. I love that. I love that so much. So happy National Sober Day. And this is also National Recovery Month. So we love that. And sending lots of love to all of you, and congratulations to anyone who is sober. It really, truly takes a lot of work, and we celebrate you today. Let's check in with our audience really quickly, and then we're going to get to our special guest today. I'm going to leave us lots of time for chatter today. Anne Marie was front row this morning. Good morning, Anne Marie. It's good to see you. Miss Brittany was close behind. Happy Divine DNA Day. Yes, that means it is a Wednesday. It's also Happy Hump Day, and we love the camel emoji. What we do here. I have been working in New Mexico State Fair for 8 days, 5 more to go. Love that. Anne Marie, by the way, she mentions that she is an artist. She is incredible, does some really beautiful paintings and everything like that. Make sure you check her out. Also, of course, Divine DNA is here. It is Divine DNA in the all day Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, Donnell. It is good to see you. Love cinnamon in my coffee. Boston cream filled donuts. I'm gonna be thinking about donuts all day. Listen, we have a donut place here in Mystic, Connecticut called Deviant Donuts, which I was really excited to try because they always have vegan donuts on the menu. So I'm like, listen, anybody that's making an effort, I appreciate that. I can go and get a donut, and that's been my Sunday ritual for a little while since I've been here. I go and get a donut, and I go to the cemetery, see my brother, tend to the stone, and all of that stuff. But here's my disappointment. They have like 12 to 13 different donuts on the menu every week. They change up their menu every week, and there's like themes. So they had like back to school week, and all the donuts were themed around different like children's snacks. I think this week is breakfast week, so every donut is framed around a different breakfast thing. The vegan donut is always like, I don't want to say plain because I'm sounding ungrateful here, but it's always like you see, there's like a fruit bowl donut this week. Okay. That's not one of the vegan ones. That's like piled high with fruit, and it's got this little drizzle on it and everything else. And the vegan donut this week is a muffin donut. So it's like it's a little plain. I would like to see it spiced up a little bit. It's all, I want a cream filled donut too. I'm just saying, it's not hard. Okay. I'm going to not complain. Underwhelming. That's the exact word that I'm looking for. Okay. It's a little like, I could have made it at home. You know what I mean? Like if I'm going to go out, I want these people to cook better than I can. That's what I expect it's not a lot to ask. Donnell's down with the day off. Yes. Anne Marie's kids have all left the nest. Are you getting more rest now, or do you find yourself working more, Anne Marie? Let me know. We love to take the family vacation days where we all stayed home from work and school. Yes. That sounds good. And congratulations, Anne Marie. I have 13 years clean. We celebrate you, my friend, on this sober day. All right, you guys, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with our very special guest. Angelique is here from Divine DNA. We're going to be talking about joy in delivery this morning, and we're going to try to be joyful in our delivery of the message today. We'll be right back.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. Today is Wednesday, Hump Day, September 14th, 2022. I just on the break was occasionally I'll be scrolling through Instagram or TikTok or something to see if there's any big news happening. All I saw is that apparently celebrities are now, it's a trend, they're bleaching and shaving their eyebrows. That the information that it was not necessary. It was not necessary for me to see that right now. Listen, you guys, I'm so excited to welcome on our special guest today. She is one half of Divine DNA. You guys can catch Divine DNA every Wednesday night here on the Breakthrough Show Network at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And she's a mom. She is an entrepreneur. She is a rapper, better than Biggie. She's so many things, and I'm excited to have her here on the show today. So without further ado, let's welcome Angelic Jackson to the show. Good morning.
Good morning.
See, I thought that you needed to switch up your bio a little bit, so I included rapper in there.
I love it. I appreciate it.
Well, I'm so glad to have you here this morning because I've been wanting to do an episode on the fun times that we have driving for a while now, and doing some delivery service stuff, because I know that you've probably had them too, where you get an order and you're like, I have to tell somebody this. Like, I have to share the good news. It's what it is. So tell me how long you've been doing driving delivery service type entrepreneurial work here.
Since 2021, I've been doing deliveries. I started with Instacart and Shipped in Miami, and since I've been in Jacksonville, I have not done either one. I have been with Walmart.
Very good. And you're using, like, it's not Walmart directly, right? Like, you're using a specific delivery app for that, right?
Yes, Spark Driver.
Yeah. I have not been able to get on with Spark here. Because I was using Point Pickup to deliver for Walmart when we were in Alabama, and it was a big thing there. Here, I can use Point, but I have to drive to Westerly, Rhode Island, or Lisbon, Connecticut, which are both about the same distance. It's approximately 18 to 20 miles to go there, which with the price of gas right now, I got to do a lot of orders to make up just for driving to that Walmart. Yeah. But I've been able to get on with Spark. Like, my application's been sitting there for like 2 months.
They gave me 6 months. I signed up in January, and they didn't let me in until the summer, which was June.
Wow.
Which is their busiest time. Well, we'll see when Christmas comes. Yeah. Christmas may be the busiest, but when I say the summer was crazy, the summer was crazy.
Yeah. And I think, I don't know how it's going to be here yet. I know in Alabama, I think we had more when it was colder, because Southerners don't like to go outside when it's cold. But I don't know how it's going to be here. We're going to see. I know that we've been in like tourist season up here for a little while in Mystic, Connecticut area. So it's been a little bit busy, but I'm finding like it really depends on the app and then on the time of day. So we do, I do Uber Eats and Point Pickup, and my husband has Point Pickup, Uber, and he just got DoorDash. And I have not been able to get on with DoorDash either.
Wow.
I don't know what is going on. They don't like me.
I tried DoorDash, but I hear you can make good money with DoorDash.
Yeah, have you seen, there's a guy on TikTok that does videos about driving specifically for Uber Eats, DoorDash, things like that. Have you ever seen his videos come across your news feed? He gives tips, and he talks about, because this is one of the things I wanted to get into with you today. He talks about the money portion of it, and saying like he turns down any orders that are not a minimum of $10. He turns it down automatically. And then he after that automatic $10 line, he goes off of mileage. So if it's like, for example, yesterday, point pickup, I saw an order that was $20 for 35 miles.
No.
Like, what is your process as you're going through and choosing which orders to take and which not to take?
It's ironic that I follow that exact same process.
Mm.
I'm not accepting anything under $10. Um, I've made a few exceptions for that. Like if it was like half a mile away
Right.
or 1 mile away, I might take it because that's quick money.
Right.
But very few exceptions to that rule with under $10. And yes, I'm not driving all over town, across country. Uh, and unfortunately, those orders are coming in more and more, where
Yeah.
it's 11 miles away, 12 miles away. And I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah. And some of the apps, the frustrating thing for me, so when I order things, or even when I go to a restaurant, I have a specific, like, I'm always tipping a certain amount. And then if I receive like above and beyond amazing service or customer service or whatever, I will tip more. And
yes,
so I will go in and I will change my tip. Many people don't know that a lot of these apps don't even allow the customer to do that. Like, once you put your tip in order to increase your tip, like, you have to call. And how many people truly are going to do that?
no, not many, because that's
Right.
a hassle to call.
Right. Grub South, that we used to work for in Alabama, just like Grubhub, but for the South. And they were that way, because I one of the things that I do, I'm so corny, like, I make these little sticky notes and I put them on my orders when I deliver them, and I put, like, you matter, you're special, you're amazing, whatever, little cute little love notes like that. And people don't like, because that has helped me before in people either keeping their tip what it is or increasing it. People like, personal attention. And when someone had said to me, one of the customers at one time had messaged me, how do I increase your tip? And I said, well, you should just be able to go into the app. And they said, no, DoorDash doesn't allow increase of tips.
Oh,
And the thing about Uber Eats is that you can increase your tip on that, but when they give you the estimate, when it pops up it is just an estimate. Like, that is what is in, if they keep their tip that they want to give you a certain percentage, that is just an estimate. So it might say $20, and then when you deliver it, it might not be $20.
yes. That's the same thing with Spark Driver. It says
Mm,
estimate, but I've had very few instances where they change the
yeah.
tip. Most people, if it's in there, they just let it go through.
Yeah.
And I haven't had anybody to decrease the tip. But the people who put $1, I've even had one person put a quarter
Mm.
for a tip.
Woo.
And that's even more criteria.
Yeah.
Tips matter, and the number of products that I'm delivering matter. I'm
Mm.
not delivering 10 cases of water at all.
But it's a workout, Angelique. It's like,
No, that is torture. And especially for $20.
yeah.
No, no.
The other day, my husband and I had drove together, and I was so thankful that this was not a day that I drove alone. I had a vacuum, a huge bag of dog food, like, it must have been like a bull mastiff, like
Yes.
something big, okay, big old bag of dog food, 3 cases of water. I mean, my whole, because it was like a 12 order drop from point pickup. So my whole back was full, but I'm
My
like, a
goodness.
vacuum?
Oh, I don't do multiple orders either. When I see the
You don't
multiple
do that,
orders,
really?
no, no, no. Because they don't have a tip. And now you're at the
Mm,
mercy of, are they going to tip or are they not going to tip? And
yeah.
that's a lot of driving around. But I've never done multiple order either.
I'm
Now,
very picky when I take those. So, like for example, that one I saw yesterday that was $20 and it was 35 miles and 12 drops. No.
mm,
But we had one the other night that was around $55 and it was 10 drops and it was only 17 miles. So I take,
yes.
because it's pretty good. It's all in the same area, and with point they can increase their tips. So I still do my little love notes and the whole deal and everything else. I'm also finding a difference. So this is pretty humorous. Um, the orders are different here now. Connecticut and Rhode Island are both legal states as far as partaking in certain things. And the other day, I had an order for literally 3 candy bars.
Oh, yeah.
And he tipped us $15. I will bring you as many candy bars as you want, sir. You just stay home and keep entertaining yourself.
Yes, yes. Now that is wonderful. Now my favorite, funniest, and best paying job was delivering a 48-pound bag of dog food
Mhm.
for $42.
Hey,
That took 15 minutes.
wow.
That's my favorite, and that was the funniest because all I saw was dog food. I didn't see the weight of the bag. So when I got to the aisle and looking in the app and it's telling me which one to get, I'm like, that's a 50-pound bag of dog food. And it was only me.
I will
So
I will get an arm workout for $40.
hey, I did it. I did it. And when I got to the house, now putting it in the basket, that was a chore. Getting
Yeah.
it in the truck wasn't that bad because it's from the buggy to the car. But when I got to the house, I was like, how in the world am I going to get this to the porch? And there happened to be a gentleman sitting across the street from that house, outside on his patio, listening to music and drinking his beer.
Mm.
And I looked over there. He spoke. I was like, hi. I was like, and he came over, right over. I said, can I borrow your muscles for a minute? He said, I'm a 70-year-old man. I'm like, 70? He looked nowhere over 50.
Sir, you look 21 years old. Come over
And
here.
that's what I told him. I'm like, you look wonderful. You look so young. I need to use your youthful muscles. And he carried the bag from the truck to the porch.
I love it.
Amazing. That was
I
my
love it.
favorite of all of my deliveries so far.
Oh, I love it. That's wonderful. That's so good. And listen, you know that they had to love their dog so much to give you $40.
Yes. Because the bag of dog food was $25
Wow.
and you paid me 42 to deliver it. I
Either
agree.
that or maybe it had been 3 days and they were like, shit, haven't fed my dog.
I'm like, they needed it bad, or they just care that much, or a combination of the two. But
Something.
either way, I am thankful.
Yes, yes. I appreciate when the customers appreciate what we're doing. And show, and the best way they can do that is show that in the form of tips. But there are other ways that I would just love to be appreciated. For example, making sure the number of your home is on your home.
Making sure it's visible, yes, because for some of them the numbers are there, but they are worn off.
Mhm. Or they've covered it up with their decorative wreath, or I mean something, please. And then so my favorite one last week, It was on this batch order, and it was dark outside. Okay. Um, it was to an apartment. There were no special instructions. It told me the apartment. This was an apartment that the door locks. You have to be able to get into the door. There was no mail room. There was no like no, so I'm like literally opening the door to the first door, and then the inside door is locked. There's no buzzer. There's no nothing. I call the customer. We're sorry, this number is out of service. Please make sure your phone number is correct. Please make sure I can text you. Please make sure I can get in your building before you say leave at door.
Yes. I avoid apartments too. Unless I know your apartment building has an elevator, I avoid it.
Oh,
Because I have shown up at apartments I remember going to a Walmart and the apartment complex was literally right behind Walmart. So I'm like, yes, this is going to be good. And I get there. It's a 3-story apartment complex. There's no elevator, and I have a heavy load. So I have to make 3 trips up these stairs with heavy. I was so livid.
yeah.
I left a note in the app, because in the app you can say whether delivery was thumbs up or thumbs down and add your comments as to why. I need you to warn me that you're on the 3rd floor and your building has no elevator.
Right. Right. I mean, sometimes you can tell it'll say like apartment or building A, apartment 307, and usually like it's 107, 207, 307, like, and you know that sometimes you can kind of try to guess, but these people like have their houses in the middle of nowhere. They know damn well the GPS takes them 3 streets the other way, and they don't tell you that.
Yep. Now I do know some apartments you can tell. This apartment was like 931, and the second digit of the number was letting you know that it's the 3rd floor.
Oh. No, that's not a thing. That is not a thing. That guy that's on TikTok that talks about, gives his driver tips and everything. There's so many people that come with a lot of hate in the comments for him, saying that if he's complaining about the money, if the money's that bad and he doesn't take tips under $10, who does he think he is doing this kind of work? And I think it's fair to say that's that look Mr. Jackson was talking about. That's it. I think it's fair to say, hey, we're doing this work, and there are improvements that the apps can make. There are improvements that the customers can make in making it a better experience, not just for us, but for them. And there are improvements that I think a lot of drivers can make as well. There's everybody, even in the work that I do where I'm not working for other people, I look in and have things that I want to be able to improve, because if you're not improving, you're not growing, right?
Right. Well, I show up, if my delivery is supposed to be contactless, 90% of the time my deliveries are contactless unless they have alcohol or unless they require a signature to receive their goods. But a lot of people come out the door to meet me, even though it says contactless. I'm like, hi, how are you? They don't expect someone friendly. They don't expect someone upbeat. They're always surprised and like, what's going on here? But I am grateful to be doing the work that I do. I love not having to have someone over me harassing me. I can ride in my car and listen to my music. That always keeps me in a good mood. And I do love people. So I'm glad to see them when I see them. But it's like, if you said contactless, why are you showing up? Or why are you coming to the car to meet me? You don't have on a mask. you want to touch me.
This doesn't come with a free hug. It does not say free hug.
It doesn't say hug. It doesn't say we're going to shake hands. It doesn't say we're going to have a conversation, because some of them want to talk and hold me there.
Yeah.
But I do love it. It's fun. But yes, I agree. There are improvements that can be made. And there's nothing wrong with us having our standards.
Right.
So I'm going to watch this guy. I'm going to find him on TikTok and see what he's talking about.
I will send you the thing, because there's a lot of really good tips, especially for those of us who are maybe running multiple apps or want to be able to run multiple apps and things like that. So he has a lot of really good tips. And I want to go through those 3 different categories: the apps, the customer, and the drivers, and maybe give people some of our favorite tips. But I didn't show this before. I have to show it now as we get into tips. Let us know, you guys, if you have any questions about being a customer or being a driver or anything like that. And we're going to get into our favorite tips now. This is our very special edition of Double D's Chronicles we've got going on here this morning. And we need to go through this list here. So let's start with the apps. So what are some improvements that you think could be made with these driver apps for the sake of the driver or for the sake of the customer?
I think they need to be a bit more organized. I know for my app, if I do a shop and deliver and I go into the store, sometimes you want to substitute, or you need to substitute an item, and it won't allow you to substitute the item. It'll give you the error message that it doesn't match or it's not similar, and it is.
Yeah.
I would love to see what a customer sees on their side of the app. Do they see us? Do they see the car? Are they able to interact? Sometimes I wish they were faster. Sometimes with receiving jobs, as soon as you see the offer and you try to click on it, it disappears. And it's like, I clicked on it, so how did it go away so fast? So many things could be improved with technology.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think for me, like, the organization is a big part of it. I think communication, where the customer service people that work for the app and the drivers needs to be a lot better across the board, every app. I will say this, Uber Eats, I had an order for them the other day, and that same issue you were talking about, where the Wendy's was out of the spicy nuggets. And so I told the customer they don't have the spicy nuggets, and she wanted the regular nuggets, but it wouldn't let me swap it out. So Uber Eats had to cancel the order. And I'm like, dude, I just came all the way down here, but they did comp me $4 for just going. So I appreciate that from Uber Eats, that they did comp me. A frustrating thing as far as communication for me was a point pickup. I had taken 2 batches. I had taken a batch with my phone, and Philip had taken a batch, and they were one in Westerly and one in Lisbon. I told you how far those are. But the one order said that didn't need to be delivered by 8 o'clock. The other one was by 1. So we were like, okay, we're going to knock out this 1 p.m. order, and then we're going to go up and do the 8 p.m. one, right? It says 8 p.m. And so at this point, it's like 11 in the morning. No problem. Well, they called and they asked me, because I guess they can tell on GPS where you're at, the customer service. And so they called and they're like, when are you going to be? I said, it's going to be a couple hours. I'm in Rhode Island right now, and I'm going to have to come back. And they were like, okay. Well, when that literal to the minute, we were not there yet, they canceled the whole order on us instead of calling first.
Oh no.
And I was angry because I would have planned my whole day differently. I would have done everything differently that day. And so I literally messaged customer service, because I think it's important for us to speak up. If we're contracting for these people and something's not right, we need to say something. So I told them, I said, for your drivers that work so hard for you, you need to be treating them a little bit better. And you all could have given me a phone call.
Yes.
That's it.
I have been at Walmart waiting outside for them to bring me my deliveries. In Miami, it was utterly ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
The long wait times, and I would just cancel. Um,
Yeah.
Here, I've had the same issue at a certain Walmart where the wait times are absolutely ridiculous, and then there's another Walmart where there are everything is organized, it's aligned. Sometimes they have my order ready before as soon as I'm pulling up, they're coming out
Yeah.
with my stuff so that they can put it in my truck and I can go on.
Now, does your app say the order's ready, but then when you get there, it's not actually ready?
That happens a lot at the
All the
unorganized.
time.
And I'm like, why does it say it's ready when it's not?
So
And
I asked the guy at Walmart. Because he says to me, he's like, well, we're like an hour behind right now. And I said, but listen, why does the app say that the order is ready if it's not actually ready? Like, who inside your building is marking it as ready? And he said it's an automatic thing. After a certain amount of time, it marks it as done. Because if now I don't know if it's an automatic thing or if they know that they're on a time limit and they get penalized if they don't meet that time limit, so they're just like, we'll just mark it as ready. I don't know what's happening there. If any of you guys watching or listening work for Walmart, someone needs to tell us the truth. You can come on anonymous. I don't care I will blur out your face, whatever we need to do here.
yes,
But I need to know what's going on because it's not fair. Like I was saying, we plan our days with the deliveries, and if we have to go sit there an hour for an order, there goes 3 more orders we could have had.
exactly. Exactly. And that's my pet peeve. Now,
Mm,
lately, I have stopped doing the pull up and pickups
mm,
because I'm tired of waiting on them. I'm
yeah,
tired of the games. You can, after waiting for a while, you call, and even if they answer, they're like, it's not ready yet, or it'll be out. And then there's still 15, 30, 45 minutes. I'm like, if with a
yeah,
shop and deliver, as soon as I get it, I'm in control. I can go into the store, come out. I'm always on time. Fooling around with pickup, you're late
yeah,
because you're waiting, waiting, waiting on them, and
yeah,
I don't have the patience. So now that is my here we go with the picking like the guy,
yeah,
picking and choosing what you do. Now I do mostly shop and delivers because I'm tired of the foolishness
yeah.
with pickup and delivery.
Now, have you had the issue with either delivering to the customer or doing the shopping where you don't have good cell service or good Wi-Fi? Do you have
Yes,
ever had that issue? Like how that's another thing that I feel like the apps could do better is like look, if somebody lives in the middle of the woods
and the
and has
boonies.
no cell, nothing out there, how am I supposed to mark it as delivered?
Yep. Sometimes you have to wait until you get closer to
Right.
civilization. And even in Walmart now, I have to turn on their Wi-Fi in order for the app to work faster.
Uh-huh.
Because if you don't, it's moving slowly, and
Right.
I'm like, I need to get out of here. What's going on?
Yeah. Yeah. So
But
those are some of the things I think we would like the apps to look at and improve. I think my husband had said, I will add this in here for him because he would be upset if I didn't say it. He would love to see the apps have a minimum tip on some of them. And that guy on TikTok has said, I think mentioned it before. Especially like look, if you're ordering $100 dinner, there's got to be like some kind of minimum tip. I know that they have the base, but people don't understand that that base doesn't even cover you a gallon of gas.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it would be nice, I think, to see some minimum tips on certain, especially if they're bigger orders. I think, or carrying a 40-pound bag of dog food. That's it. Oh, Donnell's got a good one too.
Oh yes, the app does need to be aligned with the store's inventory.
Lord.
Absolutely.
Because they put it on us.
Yes.
If the store is out of something and it hasn't been updated to the app, they tell you, well, let the customer know. When we let the customer know, then we have to wonder, are we going to get a tip now?
That is true. That is
because it's
true.
our
They
fault.
will take it out on you like you control the store's inventory or like you didn't look.
Right.
Like it's there and you just didn't look or you didn't look hard enough to find it. And oh man, I used to hate that with Shipt and Instacart. It used to be a nightmare because with them you had to communicate
Right.
immediately. With Spark Driver, you don't.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
Sometimes Spark Driver will give you the option to substitute the item, or there's a suggestion already there that'll pop up if you can't find the item. And sometimes it just, if it's not there, it'll just move on to the next item because they, however they set it up, whether the customer didn't choose a suggestion replacement or they just don't want a replacement at all. So
Right.
I do love that about Spark Driver, and that's much, much easier. Also, with
Yeah.
Spark Driver, if you're doing a shop and deliver, you just go in, you scan the items as you shop, but when you get to the register, you throw it in the bag and you scan the QR code and go out the door. I love that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Those are good things. Listen, Donnell yelled that. Like he had the all caps.
Like he has done the work. I guess
That's
he's
it.
heard me complain enough.
It's true though. It's true. Like I wonder sometimes, is this like, are you talking about this is what should be in every Walgreens, or like what is happening here?
I think they don't update the store's inventory to the app because if they did, they would have a lot of orders that would just cancel. Just like I've had people do that to me where I'm in the store and I'm shopping and I tell them one item is not available. Oh, cancel the whole thing.
Yeah.
And they have 30 items, but because that one thing is not available, they're like, no. So that's why they don't align, in my opinion, the app with the store's inventory. Because if they
Listen,
told
that
them
man
everything
with that
that
man with the
wasn't
candy bar.
available,
That man with the candy bar was so high last week he didn't care. I'm like, sir, they're out of the mocha one. He's like, I'll have whatever. Like, just bring me the candy.
yes.
All right, so now let's get into the customers, and we're going to finish out today giving some love, some joy to our good customers. But what are your top tips for the customers to be able to have a better experience with their drivers and orders?
Please follow the instructions. You could be friendlier because some of them I've met have been mental illness is real. And some of them I've encountered, I'm like, oh my God, you are out in public or you're dealing with the public, and that's an issue. But for customers, I wish they just understood our position. We don't control the inventory. We even don't control our circumstances. We don't make the food or we don't shop for the groceries in case of pickup and delivery. We're just providing the service of picking up the food and delivering it to you. Everything behind the scenes in between, we have nothing to do with that.
Right.
This is what I do. I pick it up, I deliver it to you most of the time with a smile and, joy. But understand our position as being a delivery person. That's all we do. We don't control what the chef did, if the food was hot or cold. Those factors we have absolutely nothing to do with. And we don't control. It's so much that we don't control. And I think sometimes I think because they have a person that they can complain to or take out their frustrations on, that happens to be the delivery person.
Right.
But they won't call or complain to customer service. They just
Yeah, I mean, I don't think a lot of times they understand even what we put into our work. When I don't see something on the shelf where it's supposed to be, I am literally going through the store like Blue's Clues, like I'm looking behind, I'm looking for that candy bar behind the laundry soap in case someone put it there, and I will go ask a manager. I literally will do everything I can to find that damn candy bar before I mark it as like not available or whatever. People don't realize sometimes how hard we try. And I think that's not necessarily across the board with drivers, which we'll get to on the driver portion of this. And
Yes,
I
yes.
think bad experience is maybe behind some of this. But I think for me, like with the customer, I would say the more specific you are about what you want and where you live, the better we can do our jobs. So if we know exactly how to get to your house, how to get into that locked door that you want me to get into, like you tell me how to do it, I will do it, you know?
Absolutely.
So be
I agree.
specific. Be specific. And then, I want to be, again, for the husbands that are listening, Jackson and Dugas out there, understand that if we get your stuff there hot and ready, or cold and ready, whatever it's supposed to be, with a smile, that we should be compensated for that. So, we're providing a service. You did not have to leave your house because we did our job. That's
Absolutely.
it. That's it. All right. Now, speaking of the other drivers, I have encountered some other drivers out there, and I have seen certain things. And in fact, there was an article that came across my news feed the other day about a gentleman that had had enough of his DoorDash entrepreneurial journey. He picked up a Wing Street order for this customer, ate the wings and the fries, and put a note inside the bag that said, "The wings were good. I quit." Kitchen delivered the empty bag with the note. He had had enough. He was done being an entrepreneur. So I have seen some things but what tips do you have for other drivers out there? If Donald's like, not the wings, not the wings. What tips do you have for other drivers to make it so we don't have to take the brunt for their behavior?
Please keep in mind that we are a community. You are not an individual. And one bad apple can make it bad for the rest of us. So please, and that's why I'm as friendly as I can possibly be.
Yeah.
And the poor customers are not used to it. And they'll tell me, most people just come and sling my groceries on the porch
Yeah.
and run.
Yeah.
So the fact that you took gentle care placing the groceries and your demeanor is very friendly, they are appreciative of that. Now, I wish that translated to ratings when
Right.
they rate you, because a lot of people aren't rating either. You get excellent
Yes.
service and then you don't go and give us a great review. That's another pet peeve. Or you don't increase our tip.
Yep.
And I think if you get excellent service, you should definitely leave a great review and or increase our tip.
Right. Right. I'm the absolutely with the rating. So many people do not rate, and I've said this before about the car business too with my husband. So many people do not rate unless they have a poor experience. We need you to rate us well. If you had a great experience, please tell Uber, Spark, Point, DoorDash, Grub. Please tell a friend. Okay.
Yes.
Because like I have only on my account done 16 deliveries on this particular app, and I've gotten 4 ratings. Now, everybody's ratings are good. I've never had an order complain. I've had even ones where they've increased the tip $10. They still don't leave a rating, and then that leaves my ratings really low in the app. So please rate and tip appropriately.
Yes.
But the drivers, um I do a lot of the hot food deliveries, so I have hot bags in my car. They are really good quality hot bags. Your food will come to your door when I deliver, like you just literally ate it out of the fryer. Please be careful. If I deliver you food, please be careful. You're going to burn your mouth. I
Yes.
went into Wendy's to pick up an order the other day, and the guy saw my bag and he was like, wow, what a really great idea. Like he had never seen another driver have a hot bag before.
It's not common. It's not common for people to take that level of care
Mm,
when doing this job. I did the same thing in Miami.
yeah.
I had a cooler.
Hmm.
I remember doing an especially large order, uh, grocery shopping for Instacart and Publix. They had so much frozen stuff. I took my cooler in the store, uh, like this big.
Yeah.
It rolled. It had a handle. And when I showed up at the door with that, you should have seen the customer's face. They were like, "You took enough care to take a cooler in the store?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, I shop for you like I shop for me. It's not
Yeah.
just a job where I'm just willy nilly in it, you know."
Right.
And they gave me, how big was that tip, babe? $37
Hey,
on top of what it paid, and it paid 40. It paid 40 because it
that
was
was
a
a good
yearly
run.
order. And then they gave me a tip on top of that because of the care that I took in taking care of their stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. And people don't, that's what makes me sad is when we go to pick up or deliver and people are surprised that we've done taking care of their stuff.
Or
They're
that you're
genuinely
kind,
surprised. Right.
or that you're pleasant. It's like that should be the bare minimum standard. And every driver, every delivery person should have that demeanor. It's not to say
Yeah.
you're not going to have a bad day or a bad moment, but you are in a service field.
Yeah. Yeah. But you're absolutely right, though, that the first comment you made about remembering that your actions do not only affect you. And this is something that I see across the board. It is true with our network, with hosting our different shows, things that we do, and it affects everybody because we are a group. So, whether you're working for Spark or Point or Uber, when you provide a poor experience, now Angelique and I go to do an order after you, and we don't get tipped because you were a mean person. It's not okay. I mean, it affects everybody, you know? So I think that's a great life lesson there. Just understand that your actions don't only affect you, that there are other people. You're not the only one on the planet. See, you learn new things here on the show.
Yes, yes, indeed.
I love it. I love it. All right. So we gotta take a quick break and we're gonna do birthdays. Are you gonna stick around for birthdays today, Angelique?
Yes, we're gonna stick around for birthdays.
Love it. All right. We'll be right back after this, guys. Don't go anywhere.
Imagine a world where every child gets a great education. Educating all children is the only way to end poverty. This is what the Weiss Scholarship Foundation is working to accomplish. Our 6 staff members, our mentors and coordinators, who are on the ground in Kenya, are totally engaged in every aspect of our students' lives, so we can give them every opportunity for success. In just a few short years, we have already awarded 141 scholarships. We send children to high school who would have never gone without our support. And then we help them go on to either university or vocational school. We have already scaled our holistic business model to 4 locations and are ready to scale it to many more. Today it's Kenya, but tomorrow it's more countries. Please contribute what you can today. You can make a one-time donation, a recurring donation, or choose to sponsor a child all on your own for all 4 years of high school for just $3,500. Go to our website, www.weissscholarshipfoundation.org.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. I want to remind you guys that the Weiss Scholarship Foundation has a virtual fundraiser. Donnell, you all right over there?
I'm good. I'm good.
It's like the kids when you hear that big crash and then they're like, I'm okay.
The wings.
He's still talking about those wings.
I'm telling you, so it was not funny, but I never laughed so hard at that part. I want to remind you guys, White Scholarship Foundation has a virtual fundraiser coming up September 20th at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You can go to whitescholarshifoundation.org and be sure to check out that information. They're doing a silent auction and all kinds of stuff to help eliminate poverty around the globe. So thank you, White Scholarship Foundation, for the work that you're doing. Be sure to check that out. I don't want to do all of this jibber jabbering without having a moment of joy or gratitude for our amazing customers and the good customer service people that we have and all of that working. So what would you like to say to anybody that you've delivered to that has made it a good experience for you?
Thank you so much for being kind, for being funny, for being welcoming, for tipping well. Thank you so much.
Love that. I love that. Yeah, I would say thank you. When I write those little love notes to my customers, I mean it. When I say you've made my day, I mean it. That money that we get helps us put food on our tables. It helps us to have a lifestyle where we can be there for our children. It helps us to be able to build the other creative things we're working on with our shows and our other parts of our business. It helps us immensely. And so when I say it, I mean it. And I don't want anybody to ever look at my little notes or the smile on my face and saying she's just doing that, because I really do mean it. And I'm thankful for that. Brittany said, don't be a Karen, be a Jessica, be an Angelique. That's going on a shirt.
Thank you, Britt.
It's going on a shirt. That's happening today. We're gonna do it. All right. So we got to talk about birthdays. Do you have anybody that has a birthday today that I can add to our list, Angelique?
No, nobody I know is born on this day. For September is the 19th, the 18th and the 19th for people that I know.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll be looking for that in the comments then next week too. So then we can do that as well. All right. In the celebrities, our besties in our heads, Amy Winehouse had a birthday today. Loved Amy Winehouse and her music. Andrew Lincoln, you guys might know from The Walking Dead. He has a birthday today. Also, he was the one that had the signs in the Love Actually movie. You remember that scene from the anybody? That was funny. That's funny in my head. Also, rapper Nas has a birthday today. Happy birthday to him. Sam Neill, actor Sam Neill has a birthday today. You guys might remember him from the original Jurassic Park movie. I did not realize he's 75 years old today. I really didn't think that he was that old. I had no idea because I just watched him in the newest one, the Jurassic Park Dominion, was it? I don't know. Where they brought back all the people from the other movies. Loved the nostalgia of that, but I had no idea he was 75 years old.
Me either. Wow.
Just had a moment with that. So my celebrities in my life, I only have one birthday today. Tara Woolridge Maple had a birthday today. So happy birthday, Tara. And I hope you have an amazing day. Are you ready, Angelique, to get our birthday song on?
I'm ready.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Amy Winehouse, Andrew Lincoln, Nas, Sam Neill, and Tara Woolridge Maple. Happy birthday to you. I'm going to redo that video with Carlton.
Listen, I was getting ready to say, if that video doesn't say 80s and 90s, I don't know what does.
I love it. I need to see Carlton at the bottom.
Yes, I love it.
Oh Lord, hey, it gives us a workout over here. And I cannot tell you, I have to get more video of it when Shiraz is on the show. He literally in the background, I'm afraid he's going to hurt himself. Like he's freaking out back there. Angelique, thank you so much for being on today. It was so much fun.
This was great. Glad to be here.
Love it. Love it. Also coming up, there's a show that's, I don't know if you know it, but I wanted to tell you about it. There's a show coming up tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Divine DNA is on tonight with Angelique and Donnell. And you guys are taking relationship questions from social media tonight, right?
Yes. They're
This
always
could go any
spicy
direction.
and juicy. You don't want to miss it.
I love it. I love it. It's going to be great. And make sure you guys check them out. It's always a good time. And I meant what I said. They just had their 1-year anniversary of their show. And they're always like helping out behind the scenes and everything. And the stuff that they bring about relationships is just very real. It's not this, well, I have a degree in relationships, and so I know better than everybody else. It's just this is what we've been through. And here you go. And I appreciate that all the time, because I don't like the preaching. I like the coming from a very real experiential kind of place, you know?
Yes.
It's good. It's good. Thank you guys for watching or listening wherever you are in the world today. Thank you, Angelique, for being here. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I want to remind you to make joy a priority in your life today and every day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
You've been tuned in to Project Joy Live with Jessica Dugas, your weekday morning talk show, inviting you to start your day with a triple shot of good vibes only on the Breakthrough Show Network. Binge all past episodes of Project Joy at projectjoypodcast.com. Until next time, help us spread the joy by sharing this episode, and we'll see you soon.